Hey guys, Ferrell here. Today I'm going to give my opinions on the GFX100RF by Fujifilm. Now this camera dropped in the last week and it looks fantastic. That's the long and short of it, but I think there's a few things people are not discussing about this camera. First off, yes, it's fantastic that we've got a medium format fixed camera. That is absolutely incredible, and even though it's something a bit bigger than what I would necessarily enjoy, I still think the fact that they've managed to create that is incredible. And they must be commended on that. However, that lens is a little bit slow. The lens is a f4 roughly. And I think the lens otherwise is absolutely perfect. You know, I can understand why they haven't got IBIS in the system. It's already quite a big body and it's already quite a bit bigger than the camera it's based on, the X100 series. Again, you're using a leaf shutter in this camera, so you're still going to be able to shoot this camera at relatively low shutter speeds and get a nice stable image. The leaf shutter really does minimize quite a lot of movement within the camera. Looking at the specs, I think you'll be able to comfortably shoot 1/15th, 1/30th of a second. And what's important to note there is you're getting the dynamic range and the ability to pull back your images of a medium format sensor. That's going to destroy anything that you would see out of current full frame sensors and really will have a good noise tolerance there as well. So I said at the beginning of this video there was something that I wanted to talk about and that not many people are talking about, and that's specifically the aspect ratio wheel that is on this camera. Now, by and large, this isn't a new thing. We've had many cameras where you're able to change the aspect ratio, and we've had some where they are an actual implementation on the camera, such as the Panasonic LX100 series. However, this aspect ratio dial does actually include quite a few panoramic aspects, including the original Gfxpan, which is 65 by 24. Now, for someone like me who loves shooting in this ratio, it's really nice that this can be right there on camera. But that's not everything. So when we're shooting with a 100 megapixel sensor, you've got a lot of room to crop in and not really lose that much detail. The thing that I really want to touch on though is the viewfinder. So it's a 5 million dot viewfinder, which is becoming a bit more common nowadays. But what's interesting is the way that you can display aspect ratios within this viewfinder. So with that viewfinder, you can decide how you want to visualize your aspect ratio. You can have the aspect guidelines on the screen and still visualize your full frame. You can have the areas outside of your aspect ratio slightly darkened, so you can still see what enters and exits the frame, which can be very, very useful for street photography. Or you can have them completely blacked out. And again, that really puts you in that panoramic shooting mindset, which not a lot of cameras do, and is one of the reasons I actually picked up my Lumix S5 camera. I think that, and the fact that this is portable for a camera that you're able to shoot these panoramic aspects on, really does make this the modern day Xpan. In fact, I'm going to call it the Gfxpan, not the GFX100RF. The other thing is, with the amount of cropping power that we have in this camera, they have put a teleconverter dial on the front of the camera, similar to what we've seen in the Leica Q line. However, when you've got a 100 megapixel sensor, this becomes a lot more useful, and again is really going to help push your ability to use different compositions and really get the most out of being able to do specifically panoramic imagery. Would I have liked to have seen a bit of a faster lens? Yes, because for me, I do really like that subject separation for the kind of work that I do, and I only shoot panoramic cropped images as a bit of a treat to myself. But this is a very interesting camera, and while it is expensive, it's not that expensive when you look at the options of buying an Xpan camera and lens. So I think this is a very interesting build for Fujifilm, and I'm looking forward to seeing what they come up with next. All right, that's it for now. See you in the next video. Peace.